Today I will be teaching you how to code a maze using the Scratch program. This program uses block code and can be used to create a wide range of games and animations. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to use the scissors tool at the top over the blocks here to get rid of the cat and find our own sprite to tell what to do. If you're not sure what a sprite is, I have another video explaining some vocabulary that would be helpful. For now, we're going to pick a new sprite that will go through the maze that we're going to create. I'll choose a boy, you can choose anything you want. Now, I'm going to change the size of the sprite. Going back to the top right, we are going to pick the fourth tool to shrink the character. I go over some of these tools as you see here in a previous video that I talked about earlier. Currently, we're looking at motion blocks that we'll use to tell the sprite what to do. Next, we will look at look blocks that we'll use to tell the sprite how to look. Now we will look at sound blocks that we'll use to tell the sprite what sounds to make if we want to. Now we are looking at data blocks that we use to allow the game to keep score, and now we're looking at event blocks, and they will use to tell the sprite when to do something. We will take this first block here and put it into the code space for now. Please tell the sprite what to do at a certain event in the code. Next, we're going to move on to sensing. Tells the sprite what to do if like a space bar is pressed. It allows the sprite to be able to interact with keys on the keyboard, like arrow keys. Next, moving on to operations. We use this to make a score. And these more blocks, we won't really use this for this project, but it tells the sprite, you can make your own blocks, and it tells the sprite to do extra things. Next, we will go into the motion tab and select go to XY block. This block will send the sprite to the exact coordinates so that the game works better. Set X to -220 and Y to -140. Make sure both blocks are connected. Now, when the sprite is moved and the green flag is pressed, the sprite will go back to those same exact coordinates. This will also be where the maze starts. Select the Events tab and drag out the when space key pressed block into the coding space. We are picking out 4 of these blocks, and we will use them to code the arrow keys to use as motion controls. Next, we are going to change each space to a different arrow key. Now we will add change X block to left and right key pressed blocks. Then we will add change Y block to the up and down arrow blocks. The down and left arrow blocks will have to be changed to -10. Now you can play with the arrow keys and move your character around the screen. Now we are going to focus on the background. Select the background and go to Backdrops, which is the second tab at the top. We are going to use this to create the maze walls. pick a color to use for the maze. Select the rectangle marker and make sure the filled-in rectangle is highlighted. Continue making different size rectangles until you think there are enough. Now choose a different color from the maze and create a rectangle in a far corner. This block will be the end of the maze. Reselect the sprite in order to show the coding script on the right. Now we're going to add a fun character that the boy in the maze will have to capture or hunt down. You can choose any sprite you want. Size and place the new sprite somewhere on the maze. Go to the Events tab and select the mushroom sprite by double-clicking it. Drag the When Flag Clicked block. Wouldn't it be cool if when the boy captured the mushrooms, he got a point? Next, go to the Orange Data tab and click Make a Variable. Name the variable Score and select the bubble for all sprites. Then click OK. Make sure the new sprite is selected and the sprite should be blank except for the flag block. Connect the Set Score to 0 block to the flag block. Now go to Looks and drag both Show and Hide blocks into the coding area. Connect the Show block and set Hide to the side for now. Next, go to the Control tab and select the Forever block, then connect the If-Then block inside the Forever block. Now move to the Sensing tab. Drag and connect the Touching Mouse Printer block. This block will fit into the blank area on the If-Then blocks. Change the inside of the blue block to Touching Devin, or the first sprite with the arrow keys. This will allow the mushroom to change the code when the mushroom touches the boy. Now add the Hide block earlier from inside the If-Then block. Use the arrow keys to move Devin and see what happens when he touches the mushrooms he is hunting. Return back to the Data tab and select the Change Score to 1 block, plus the green flag for the mushroom to reappear, or reset the code. Use the arrow keys to capture the mushroom. Look at what happens when the mushroom disappears. The score goes up, just like any game on your phone would do. Next, we're going to create more mushrooms for Devin to hunt. Select the copy tool on the top. It is the first one that looks like a stamp. Use this tool to press on the first mushroom. The cool thing about copying the mushroom is that the code is also copied, which is really helpful. Continue making new mushrooms and moving them to new places. Select Devin in the sprites list so that he is highlighted in blue. Go to the Event tab and select the flag block. Go to Control and drag the Forever and If Then blocks. Similar to last time, the If Then block will connecting inside the Forever. Then you go to Sensing. Instead of touching a sprite, we are going to code for touching color this time. Drag the touching color block into the if then blank spot. Select the block of color green. Now go to Motion and drag the Go to XY block inside the If Then block. This will force Devin back to the beginning of the maze if he bumps into the walls. Next, we're going to go into Costumes area of the Devin sprite. Now we're going to make a new costume for this sprite to add more game-like features. Click on the second costume and copy and paste for a new one. Go to the top and click Clear. Now we're going to type a sentence. You caught all the mushrooms. The positioning of the words changes how it is seen on the game screen to the left. Resize and move until it is at the desired position. Now go to Looks. Select Switch Costume to block and place it before the Forever loop. Now run through the game and try to hunt all the mushrooms. Once finished with the maze, run over to the red box on the ending. Now we will code the action for the red box. We will need a flag block from controls, a forever, and if-then blocks from events. Similar to the first if-then block, we need a touching color block from sensing. Place this blue block into the blank space. Click on the color square and then press on the red block. Make sure it is not a block from the maze and that you click the right rectangle. The color square should now match the block you clicked on. Remember that second costume? Go back and check the name given by clicking costumes. Now, click back to script and go to the looks tab. Drag switch costume to block and change Devin to Devin B. Place the block inside the if-then block. Go through the maze hunting mushrooms and staying away from the walls. When you're finished, touch the red block and your sprite will give you the winning message. Congratulations on coding your first game.